I have to be honest with you all. They told me that the best way to not be nervous is to imagine the audience naked. But it's actually making me more uncomfortable, especially Mr. Gimmer. I'd like to start off with a few welcomings. Good evening, supportive families. Shout out to mine. I love you. Good evening, all PHS faculty members who are looking down at their watches and thinking, when will this girl's speech be over? And last, but certainly not least, good evening, class of 2018. Okay, on this beautiful day, we are celebrating the end of what seemed like a quick high school journey. As the infamous role model, Dora the Explorer, once said, "We did it." I can still remember how we started high school as freshmen. Small, geeky, and slightly awkward. Now look at us, we're no longer small. We found our way through the hours of studying, piles of homework, and the temptation of Netflix. I guess Drake was right. We really did start at the bottom. But look around, class of 2018, because the whole team is indeed here. From this day forward, we are adults. With our diplomas in our hands and faith in our hearts, we can do anything we set our minds to. But hold on, before we jump right into the real world, let me give you some guidelines. Number 1, forget about raising your hand. I know, it's engraved into our memories. Need to sharpen your pencil? Raise your hand. Have a question? Raise your hand. But from here on out, resist the urge to raise your hand for permission. Unless, of course, you're demanded by the police. By all means, raise your hands. Number 2, never admit defeat. You won't always win in life, and that's okay. Take freshman year, for example. As homecoming was around the corner, we worked endlessly to perfect our floats. We had our best artists and best builders display their talents. Victory was in sight, and, well, we lost. Terribly, actually. I'm talking last place. But sophomore year, we knew this would change. Hollywood would win for sure. And guess what? We lost. Again! By sophomore year, our class had a talent: losing. Yeah. It wasn't until our senior year that we finally won. After 3 years of failure, victory was so sweet. As we continue into the real world, let us have the same mindset. Let's realize that success is stumbling from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. To translate that into millennial terms, no matter how many L's you take, don't stop until you get that dub. Number 3, cherish your family. Our lives are moving fast, but let's not leave our loved ones behind. So take that photo with your aunt and survive through the tight hugs you'll be getting today. It's worth it. Number 4, take the risk. Unless you're thinking about gambling your life savings, don't do it. But if you're presented with an opportunity, whether it's in your career or your social life, take the risk. Life is way too short to hold yourself back. As Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Number 5, realize that anything is possible. I know it's so cheesy that you can serve it with crackers, but really, anything is possible. Let's use my life as an example. I came to the US from the tiny country of Nepal, not knowing a single word of English. My family was struggling, and it seemed like all odds were against me. But here I am, over 10 years later, in front of you today, as a class of 2018 valedictorian.